So I just got my package from Singapore. I think this is from Pak Dee or Pak Designs. They're a relatively new company, or maybe just a small group of people who have started selling the 12-round clips very similar to the Xplorer products, as well as foam and dart tips. So I own a Xplorer long shot with with their 12 dart clips, and here's a package that came from them. And unfortunately, I've in the process of moving things around, so my long shot is not at my house right now. But here's the foam and dart tips that they make. So right now I'm going to be opening up this box, and I'll be doing a comparison of the foam and dart tips I get from them, as well as going over the clips. And as soon as I get my long shot and Xplorer clip, I'll be comparing those as well. So since I have one hand on the camera, I've already cut the tape around this. So it looks like just gotta pull this open. And here we have it. So here's our invoice from Pak Designs. And here we have, I don't know if my camera's going to focus on this or not, but we have Bob's 12 dart clip, 3 of them, they're $5 each. Then we have Bob's tips, 100 pack, and blue foam, 10 meters, so about 30 feet. Now, because there was a delay in my order, as they got a lot of orders in, they said they give me some extra foam and tips, which it looks like they gave me a lot of extra foam. I mean, each one of these pieces is probably a little over a foot, and there looks like a lot more than 30 of these. So, nice job on that. So, one thing I was curious about is if this was, since it's coming from Singapore, if it was the same foam as the one that I got from Xplorer. And as you can see, it's not. It's actually a different color, slightly darker blue. Now if we take this, it appears to be the same diameter. Let's do a little bit of a squish test. I don't really know if that does anything, but sometimes tell like the density of the foam. They feel very similar, so hopefully it works just as well, because I've had a lot of success with this foam. And here we have our 3 12 dart clips. And God, there's so much foam in here. And our pack of 100 darts, which, so here's the pack I got from Pak Dee. So here are the 2 different types of tips. Now the weird thing is, it looks like the ones from Pak Dee are a bit bigger. The stem is longer, and they also have these little ridges in them, so I guess that's to try and get them to stick better in the foam. So there are the 2 head types side by side. It's very soft and squishy, so hopefully it doesn't hurt that much. So now let's get to the Bob's 12 dart magazine. So might have to pause this for a second and cut this open and get back to you. Alright, so I cut the tape off of this. It's pretty taped up there. And here we have our Bob's 12 dart magazines. And there's a Pak Dee labeled on the bottom. Alright, so far these look pretty good. They feel solid, strong plastic. Nice lightweight spring. Pretty good. you don't want a heavier spring for Steffens, which could squeeze the foam. So I'll be doing a full comparison once I have my my Xplorer clip, which I can put right next to these, and let you see. But so far they look very, very similar. First big difference, these have screws, which I think I like better, because the Xplorer clip had little clips on the side, and some of my clips broke off in shipping, and I had to super glue the clip together, which was kind of a pain in the ass, where I feel like this will be much more sturdy, and if you need to take it apart, it's just 6 screws. It's not, you know, quite as easy as a clip, but it's easy enough. Alright, sorry about that. I'm back. So, like I said, first difference, this one has screws, the other one has clips. Second difference is right here in the top. The Xplorer clip had a little segment right here, which was a dart tooth, essentially, which blocked the dart. Well, I guess it would be over here, because this has a nice handy arrow indicating which way's forward, which is nice. That's good. So they had a little thing that would come up here, and it would act as a dart stop, which I never used. I found annoying, and I took out. So these don't have it. So I can't really compare that feature because I found it incredibly annoying in the Xplorer clip and took it out anyways. So I don't see anything lost there. So I guess here we have my 3 clips, whole bunch of foam, whole bunch of dart tips. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut down this foam, make a couple of darts, and I'm going to probably count up everything that's here so I can tell you how much there is, and I will get back to you once I have my Xplorer stuff to compare to, and once I've used these clips quite a bit. Okay, so I've counted everything up, and I started making darts. Cut 30 blanks here. I haven't really cut these down yet. So, just a quick overview, you know, I just found that with these clips, at least, similar to the Xplorer clips, take approximately 1 inch darts. I found that you can get away with slightly bigger than 1 inch. These are 1 and I guess that would be 1 1/8 inch. So you can get away with a little bit bigger, and these actually end up being close to 1.5 inch darts with the addition of the tip. So this opening right here, if we want to measure that, I'm pretty sure it's 1.5 inches. So just put the ruler right up there, and yeah, that yeah, well, you can't see it, but it's exactly 1.5 inches. So you don't want to actually use 1.5 inch darts, or else they'll be rubbing up against the sides. You want to use something slightly smaller. So the completed dart right here comes out to be just a hair shorter than 1.5 inches, which, when put in the clip, gives you plenty of wiggle room. So you can see that dart lining up, yeah, right there, and see it. It's got plenty of room on either side. One quick thing to mention is I found that with the Xplorer darts, they're a little bit weird. I don't know if it's something about the tip itself or the foam, but super glue alone will not work when making these darts. I tried several different types of glues, and somehow I stumbled upon a trick that works, and that's I was at a friend's house and he had a bottle of this clear gel tacky glue. And so I tried using this. Didn't work. Didn't stick to the dart tips. But it did stick to the foam, leaving a little mold. And then after that, so I would basically act like I'd, goop these up with the tacky glue, stick them in there, and let it sit either overnight or for 2 hours. Then I'd pull the tips right out with these, and the glue would be stuck to the foam. Then I would put super glue on the tip and put it in there. And the super glue, I guess, stuck to the tip and stuck to the tacky glue, which had hardened on the foam, which was stuck to the foam. So that's the only way I found to make reliable darts with these tips. With super glue, you can just pull them out with no effort. So there's probably another glue out there that works, but it's not Gorilla Super Glue. But the combination tacky glue, super glue works. So I do that. Okay, so I'm back, and I got my Xplorer clip, and I have it here right next to my Pak Dee clip. And then here I have 12 Xplorer darts, 12 Pak Dee darts, some spares, and a couple of Nerf guns, which I have tested both the darts and my long shot, which I've tested both clips with. So here's the Xplorer long shot. You can see there's the Xplorer bolt sled, breech, and Xplorer priming grip. So first, let's go over the clips. So we can see right away, as I was saying before, this is the Xplorer clip. It's much lighter than the Pak Dee clip. The spring tension on them is also a little bit lighter. The spring much more easily slides back. So while that's good that it doesn't crush your darts, at the same time I have had a couple of feeding issues with this clip. And then the X-Power, like I said before, it has this piece right here, which is meant to have a dart stop in it, but I took it out because it kept just messing with my blaster and not working. So I took that out. And then, like I said, this one's held together with screws. You can see the 6 screws in the back. Whereas this clip is held together with these little clips, which all broke off in shipping. You can see here where I've glued it together. That clip broke, that clip broke, that clip broke, and that one's still holding it together. Then the top one's there, that clip broke, that clip broke, and that clip broke. So I only have one clip holding this whole thing together on either side. So while it's lighter, it's flimsier, and although maybe it would hold up to normal use, it didn't really hold up to international shipping. So that's something to keep in mind. Mine's just super glued together. This feels very sturdy. It's got the screws in it, and I feel like it'll hold up better. It certainly held up better in the shipping. The other major difference is you can see this one, the darts are off-centered. I believe that's because this dart stop was there, so you can see how it's slightly off-centered, whereas this one's perfectly centered. So now I'll go over how the darts performed and the clips performed in my blasters. So I was going to show you both the clips fully loaded with 12 darts. Here's the Pak Dee clip loaded with 12 darts. Fits those fine. It's got a little bit of wiggle room, which you want, because if you put this in a Nerf gun, you want enough room for these darts to compress and the breech to go through. Now, one thing is they didn't quite leave enough room, because that's fully down, and you can see the darts still popping up a bit in the back. So in all honesty, I would recommend only putting 11 darts in this, or loading it with the breech open, not closed. And then this clip, as I loaded all the darts in, look at this. The spring got stuck. See, there's the dart pusher. The spring got coiled up down there and got stuck. So, not quite sure what just happened there, but yeah, so I guess I'll open this clip up, fix it, and then continue the video. so here's the clips opened up for you. Here's the Xplorer clip. Here's where spring would go, right here. Then the actual piece that pushes the darts goes right on top and clicks into there. And then here is where the dart stop would go. But I have it removed. See the other side? So very similar on the inside. Here's the dart pusher of the Pak Dee one. Pretty much exactly the same right there. Right here's this. You can see the screw ports, and it just has the channel, the spring here, and dart pusher. You know, very simple insides of a clip. Okay, so now we've gone over the clips. I'm going to go over the darts. Now I've tried these darts, both the Xplorer and the Pak Dee darts, with Hopper Big Blast, Xplorer Long Shot, Supermax 1500. So it's a turreted air gun, a hoppered air gun, and a clip springer. I also did a little bit of testing with my my Doomsayer over here. So I had both a turreted springer, a clip springer, a turreted air gun, and a hoppered air gun. And the results pretty much, they're the same. Both of these darts outperformed my my white foam darts in every category except for with the Doomsayer. And I think that's because my white foam darts are really fat, so they have a nice springer fit in PETG, whereas these darts are a little bit thinner and have a much better air gun fit in PETG. But with the Xplorer Long Shot, it has a much tighter barrel than PETG, so these worked much better in those than my white foam darts. But I mean, other than that, neither one really outperformed the other. They both got great ranges, very accurate, shot in an incredibly straight line. Couple shots curved off right at the end, but hopefully you're not shooting someone that far away if you're hoping to hit them. And so I mean, I'd say it's a tie. Really not a significant difference in either of them. For the clips, it's a little bit of a different story. I give the Pak Dee clip better than the Xplorer clip. Now, to give this clip the benefit of the doubt, it did come damaged in the mail, and it's a lot older. I've used this in about 3 or 4 Nerf wars already, so it has some wear and tear on it, whereas these are brand new. So, if you get one of these in the mail fully functional, it might perform the same, but at least in my testing, there were 0 jams with this clip and like a few jams with this clip, and not to mention the weird thing with the spring locking up. I like the Pak Dee clip better. And once you factor in cost, I think this was like $48 plus shipping, and this was like $5 plus shipping. So the second you factor in cost, this is the clear winner. Cost of tips and darts, I honestly don't remember, but I remember them not being too expensive for Xplorer, so I guess they're about the same. I can look that up later and put it in the description. But one thing to note about the clip is if you're going to use these Pak Dee clips with the Xplorer Long Shot, because here the clip is slightly off-centered, it fits perfect with this, but right here you see this this plastic part right here. It's a little bit long, and this piece right here that holds the darts in the clip slightly rubs up against it. So if you're going to be using these clips in an Xplorer long shot, they do work fine. They do fit. Here, I'll go ahead and load one of those clips in so you can see it. So there's a clip loaded in, and there's not the best lighting here, but if you kind of look in there, you see it's rubbing up against these two pieces of plastic. So while it works, it just kind of flexes out the plastic a little bit there for it to squeeze in. It's not the biggest deal, but if you're going to be using these a lot and you don't have trouble loading the clip in and out, I would suggest shaving down this plastic piece a little bit or shaving down the clip a little bit just to make it work a little bit better. The Pak Dee clips work great, very cheap, and the darts work great as well. So solid clip, solid product. I would recommend it to anyone who wants a 12-dart Stefan clip. So there is my review and comparison of the Pak Dee parts and the Xplorer parts. I'm not, affiliated with either Xplorer or Pak Dee. I'm just a Nerf enthusiast, and I saw these products online, and I ordered both of them. So I don't have any bias for one or the other. And to be honest, I thought the Xplorer parts would be much better. They're much more expensive, and the parts work great. I love this shotgun grip and everything. And when I saw how cheap these clips were, I thought they were going to be a piece of crap. So, if anything, I was biased against the Pak Dee clips going into this. But in the end, I was pleasantly surprised, and I'm very satisfied with them. And if I need any more clips, I will probably buy from them again, although I don't see why I'd need more than 4. But the only thing is, shipping is expensive. I think for my foam, 3 clips, and the dart tips, which came in, that box over there, it cost about $58 for shipping, so it's not cheap. So if you're going to buy one clip, $5 clip plus probably like $30 shipping, is not really worth it. But I will be starting a trading thread on Nerf Haven, so if there's a big demand for these clips, I already have an account with Pak Dee. I can wait until I get about 10 orders for the clips and make a bulk order, and that way shipping should be significantly cheaper, making this much more affordable. So if anyone's interested in buying these clips, you can go on Nerf Haven and find my thread or send me a PM. So hope that helps any of you who are interested in these clips but slightly put off by the shipping. So I guess that's it. Hope you learned something about the video, and I hope it wasn't way too long. I'll see you later.